Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel, so you can check that out. My name is Vetta, and as always, I am being joined by my brother, Matt.
Hey, you guys.
And this month's theme is rock and roll movies. And on this episode, we are going to be talking about Get Him to the Greek.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
All right. Before I picked this movie, had you seen it before?
I had not seen it.
So did you watch the trailer?
I did.
And what did you think?
I thought from the trailer that it looked stupid and I thought I was going to hate it.
And how did that?
I didn't hate it. Except for the ending. I didn't really care for the ending, but it's fine. It's fine. So I'm going to stop talking like this now. Yeah. Except for when I'm talking about
as Aldous.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we start talking about the movie, what are you drinking?
Okay, so I am drinking what is called a cherry bomb, which before we got on here, you tried to ridicule me for, fucker.
I love a cherry bomb shot.
There are shots, but this is an actual cherry bomb beverage.
Okay.
And it's basically just this is rum. Excuse me. Lime soda, grenadine, lime juice, and and maraschino cherries, and it has you do the slice of lime and everything. But I'm all like, nobody wants. I don't understand these garnishes. My drink doesn't need to look pretty; just needs to taste delicious.
They only need to look pretty when you're making them for guests or you're ordering them from a restaurant. Because if you're going to charge me $12 for a drink, it better look damn fucking pretty.
Right.
Okay. Alrighty. So I am sorry. I'm failing everybody. I just went with rum and Coke, and once again, while I was waiting for my brother, I drank half of it. So
right on. Mine's basically just like a rum and Coke minus the Coke, but whatever.
Rum and Sprite. So alrighty. So first of all, this movie starts out and Jonah Hill. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I just say real quick before we get into this? I want to say two things. One, I think I like fat Jonah Hill better.
I've said that for years.
I mean, I know he's doing him and everything, and he's working on him. Have you seen his huge chest tattoo? I was like, oh, that didn't work for you as much as you thought it would. And then the second thing, I love Russell Brand. I love him so much. I've loved him forever. His book is very fascinating. Fascinating.
I think he's great.
I mean, great.
Do you remember when he had his you probably, I don't know if you're old enough, but he was on MTV for a hot second.
I remember. I might not have watched it, but I do remember him being on MTV. And then he did have he had one show. He's got a YouTube channel now and everything.
He got fired from MTV.
Yeah, but he's
real fast.
Yeah, he's pretty great. I love him so much. I just love him.
Yeah, I think he's hysterical. I mean, I just don't know why anyone doesn't like him.
Whoever, somebody in the movie says that Jonah Hill looks like Dennis Quaid. And I'm like, no, he does not. Why are you lying to him right now? What's going on here? I'm like,
they were drunk. Okay, they're beer goggles or liquor goggles. I don't know.
Yeah. So, okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
Okay. So Aaron works at a music label, the one that represents Aldous Snow. What did you think of when they're in the office and they're pitching new stuff and they're listening to the music?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We need to let's talk about all of this because there's a lot that goes down. First off, I just want to say P. Diddy is not a good actor. I just want to say that right off the bat.
Do you really think he was acting though? I feel like he was just playing himself.
Then he's not a good person because he the whole time I'm all like, oh, whatever this is, it's bad. It's just bad. Okay. So,
Sergio.
Sir, I did write his name down because I was all like, whatever. That's so weird. Okay. So I love how the jazz guy was like, I'm going to be good because jazz is not going anywhere. And I was like, jazz should go somewhere to non-existence. Okay. So I like how he's like, this is a game changer. And then the song they played was like, you all got fucked and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm all like, this is a game changer.
And I love how everybody's like, they're doing this with their hands, or they're
Yeah.
like, and Aaron's just sitting there looking around like, what? And then eventually he starts like moving his shoulders and going back and forth because he's like, feels like he's gotta be doing something.
Right. I also, I wrote down, so one of the guys, and I believe it was Nick Kroll, he's like, who was the last artist you signed on? He was all like, Chocolate Daddy. I want to hear Chocolate Daddy. I'm not gonna lie. And then when he was all like,
he only made like $40,000.
Yeah, well, he was like, how many units did he sell? And he's like 1,500. Proud of every unit. Proud of every unit. And everything. I mean, I go, I'm not gonna lie. I want to hear Chocolate Daddy. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, real quick, can we back it up to two things? First thing, okay, when Sergio goes, he goes, I don't remember if he says anything, but he's like, I own 20 cuckoos. Cuckoos, is that what they're called? Cuckoos? And I was like, what's a cuckoo? I was just
gonna say, I don't know what a cuckoo.
Let's look it up while we're sitting here, because
I'm very confused.
I can't, I don't even know how to spell it. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay. Maybe I'll find out later and I'll look it up and I'll tell you. But he's like 21. I own whatever and everything. And then I also, so question, what did you think of African Child?
I'm not even to that yet. That's a little
the music video. What did you think of the music video?
Oh, God. My favorite part is Jackie Q's dancing.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun.
Oh my God. It's just so terrible. And he's like in that sumo stance, like at the one point. And I'm like, what is wrong with him?
Yeah, well, I love how later on he like gives the African Child a suit. And I'm all like, I was like, what's going on here?
As someone, because you have went and you've been to Africa, did you see a lot of children walking
wearing
around
white
in full
suits?
suits?
No. They were wearing pants and shirts like everybody else on the planet. It was definitely, but I did like he was like, I told them to tell me to look like a space Jesus Christ, an African space Jesus Christ, and this is what they came up with. I was like, bangles. I was like, okay, Wonder Woman.
Or later in the movie when he's talking to ETV and he's like, later in history is gonna show that, and I don't even remember what the first song he is, and then African Child, and that's all I'm gonna say. And God, I can't remember the song, but it's like considered like an amazing song. I'm like, no, they're not on the same level, dude. Sorry, not on the same level.
Yeah, doesn't he say he says a Beatles song? I think I can't. remember.
He does.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. But and he's like, he thinks that African Child's just amazing.
Yeah, which is so funny. Okay. Can we then I wrote down my notes. What did you think about Daphne, his girlfriend?
She's not very supportive. I mean, I get the whole thing. She's going to school to be a doctor. She's an intern or a resident or whatever stage she's in, and she's exhausted. Right. But he clearly supports her and everything. And he was like, you want to go out? And she was like, no, I just want to curl up and watch, what'd she say, Gossip Girls?
Gossip Girl.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, clearly you have it recorded. So binge watch it a different day.
Right.
You know? He's not asking you to stay out till 2 a.m. He's just asking you to go check out a couple bands.
Right. I didn't like Daphne. I found her very annoying. Very annoying. I was just like, when he broke up with her, or when they broke up, whatever it was, I was like, good. Because she is annoying. Like, and everything. I didn't like her at all. She's like, She reminded me of that nurse that just recently got a lot of shit online because she recorded that TikTok of her losing her patient, and she was all like, and they're like, people are like, you just lost your patient, you're just doing it for the clicks. I feel like she'd be one of those people.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
excuse me.
What did you think when, because Sergio turned down Aaron's suggestion about Albus doing a show at the Greek, and he calls him back in and is like, we're going to do this. And he does the whole, have you ever been mind fucked?
Okay, I
I'm
want to talk
fucking the
about
shit out of you right now.
Right. Well, I just want to say real quick that he was not mind fucking him. He was mind raping him because there's no consent there in the minds. So maybe P. Diddy and them and the writers of this movie need to go and check that out. But the whole time I'm all like, he's like, I'm mind fucking you right now. And I'm like, no, you're not. Like, you are not doing that right now.
You're just staring really hard at him.
Yeah, and it's very unfun. What did you think of that scene?
I just was like, I kind of thought it was funny because I feel like, after Sergio thought about it for a while and maybe crunched some numbers or whatever, realized it was a good idea. And this is like Aaron's moment to like, do something great and not be the guy that brought Chocolate Daddy to the label.
Right.
Like the other guy, like this will actually do good.
Right.
Plus he loves Aldous Snow, so he's super excited. Oh, excuse me again. Ooh.
You're good. Okay, so after he goes to London to pick Aldous up and everything, and they party like so much, which I have thoughts on.
My favorite though is when he tells him we're gonna fuck these two girls, and he's like, I don't think I should do that. I just got roasted. And Albus's response is your ex blonde or brunette?
Right on. Yeah, I did write down that I'm glad he got laid because
but it was in a bathroom stall. I have issues with that.
Listen, that you do,
but she's
you're a girl.
Flushing it the whole time.
I never have problems with anywhere. So I
just have issues with bathrooms.
I did love that when he met Tom Felton and he was Harry Potter joke. I literally, as soon as he walked up, I was like, is that Draco Malfoy? And then he started making Harry Potter jokes. I was like, that's Draco Malfoy.
Gonna go play some Quidditch.
Yeah. And I love how when they're on the plane, they do. I wrote this down so many times that I was like, they do so many drugs. It's like so many drugs.
They should be dead.
Oh my gosh,
it's like in 48 hours.
It's so much. But I did love the thing where he's like, what's his name? Alan. His name is Alan. Aaron. He's like, Aaron. He's like, he goes, don't sleep so often. I was like, okay, Aldous. Don't sleep so often.
I'm like, when I just feel like Aaron and Albus are in different, universes, spectrums of the world.
Right.
Like, and Aaron is not ready for Albus at all.
Right.
So what did you think when they went to Jackie Q's house?
Wasn't that later on, or did they go before they went to America? I don't think they went there before they went to America.
I thought.
No, when that's later on in the movie. We can talk about it though. We can talk about that.
Okay.
When he went to go have sex with her?
No, yeah, but we can do that when it comes in. I lost my place. I must have.
It's okay. It's totally cool. I just I wanted to talk about him talking to him about African Child on the plane, and he's all like, it's shit. It's like the worst thing ever. It's no good. And he's like, how dare you talk to me like that? Aaron, we are, you're disrespectful and everything. And I'm all like, that's so funny. That's so good.
You crossed the line.
Yeah. Because he told him, don't say that. You loved African Child. And he's like, and then P. Diddy was all like, no, I fucking hate African Child.
Because that's the part too where he's like, I respect you, but I hate you.
Yeah, it's so good. And then they go to Good Morning America, and he's like, he drinks so much whiskey in that pot that I'm all like, just throw it out the window or something. I'm all like, And then he decides he's going to do African Child instead of the clap and everything, and then he changes his mind because he doesn't know the lyrics to African Child or whatnot. But I love when he's running around trying to get the lyrics for African Child. And he's all like, he goes up to that black guy and he's like, hey, do you know the lyrics to African Child? He's like, no, I don't know the lyrics to African Child. I just bang on the drums and do African face. like I'm all like, that's no.
He's like, I get a very nice paycheck and the bonuses are really good.
Right. And then I love how when he was talking to Sergio, which is the dumbest name for that character, how he's with what's his face, the because I'm happy guy, and then he's all like he's
Pharrell.
like Pharrell, and he's like, change your shirt. He's like that's not gangster. And he's like, you're 4 zippers away from Thriller. And he's all like, what? He's like, why does it need to be gangster? He's like, because the name of the song is called I'm Gangster and everything. And I was like,
he goes, you're one shirt away from being Carlton, motherfucker.
Oh, right. Yeah. And I do want to say, though, that pink shirt was not gangster at all. There was nothing gangster about that shirt.
No, and what's wrong with being Carlton? I loved Carlton.
Everybody loved Carlton. Okay, so I skip then later on to when they go to Vegas or whatever. But if you want to talk about anything in between there, so when he puts the stuff up his booty hole, the drugs and everything, because he's a mule. Okay, so I've never had an addiction before, but Aldous went for his butthole like right away. Like he went straight to his butthole, and I was all like, wow, he must really be jonesing. And then I love how he looked all like I wrote it down. Hold on. I wrote it down somewhere. No. Okay, when that guy gets stabbed and he's like, give me my drugs, I'm gonna fucking stab you. And he's like, I have nothing to do with this and everything. And he's like, what are you gonna do? And then he's like, drives him to the hospital. He's like, you couldn't even take me up to the front door and everything. I'm all like, that's funny. And then he gets back to the hotel and he's like, it turns out it's really easy to get drugs in Las Vegas. I'm like, yeah. I don't even do that stuff, and I could have told you that, dummy. So also when they're in Vegas and Sergio shows up, I wrote down Sergio is very into the mind fucking thing, because he's like we're gonna mind fuck them and everything. Like everything's about the mind fucking with that Sergio.
They were running down the hallway and they're like, this is the longest hallway ever. Or I like when the security guards come in too, and he's like, where the hell have you been? And they're like, Cher, and he's like, oh, Cher, how was she? Amazing.
Right. Okay, so I want to talk about Destiny. Do you want to talk about Destiny with me?
Go for it.
I have problems with Destiny. Okay, that little hooer. First off, okay, Destiny and her dildo. Okay, I'm going to talk about this. Okay. First off, do women Purell their dildos after use? Is that what's going on?
Why would you do that? That's like alcohol.
Yeah, well, because
wouldn't you just wash it?
That's what I thought. I'm like, soap and water with that stuff. Right. He's like, did you even Purell that? And I'm like, do women Purell their dildos after usage? I'm like, that's so weird.
Pretty sure you just wash it with soap and water.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I'm all like, maybe they do. I don't know. Women can be crazy sometimes. Okay, and then I just want to say he was raped. He was mind raped, and now he's really raped because and stuff goes into his butthole very easily. I just want to say that, like those drugs, he just out in the open just popped them right in. I'm like, you didn't even go to the bathroom or anything and try to like open it and every stuff. And I'm all like, is it that simple to put drugs in your beehole? I don't get it. In your chubby little butthole. I mean, but yeah, no, it just, and then she shoved that dildo in there real lickety. I'm all like, is it that? It doesn't seem like that's, and he's all like, why does your dildo have balls? And I'm all like, that's a great question. Is it just like a handle or what? Why does it have balls? Like, I thought women didn't even like balls. Like they're just, No,
some of them do come with, it depends on, are you going with one that's more realistic? Because if you are, that one does. If you're going for one that isn't, I mean, hell, I saw one in the shape of a fucking candy cane made of glass. So
Oh, right on. That's fun, I guess. Weird. Okay. And then I
it
did
was in
write
a
down
store.
that fight sequence in Las Vegas was just plain ridiculous. It was nonsense.
Absurd.
I'm all this is them trying to do a comedy bit with a fight sequence. They're like, well, it'd be really funny. Oh yeah, if you dragged him across the floor. And I'm
Let's
like,
do a slap happy
yeah,
little
I'm like,
bit.
this is so dumb.
Yeah.
This is so dumb. You should have taken this out. And then I do when he when he stabs him with the adrenaline shot and everything,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's just straight up like and everything. I just want to be like, listen, I'm no medical expert and don't listen to me, but I don't think that's how adrenaline shots work. I just don't think that's how they work.
I don't think that's how they work either, but that is how they work in movies. I have seen
Yeah.
multiple movies, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I love that.
There's a couple others. I can't think of them on the top of my head, but that is how they work in movies.
The Dirt.
Yes, there you go. That is how adrenaline shots in the movies work. And also, I think after you have like to be resuscitated, you're not getting up and walking around at that point. I'm pretty sure that's like a massive trauma to your body. You need some rest and recuperation and probably to be monitored in a hospital. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm no medical expert, but that just seems logical to me.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Real quick, I need to say this because I wrote it down, but I don't remember where it was. I love it when he says, I feel like a 50s housewife right now. Or he says, you're like, oh, it's when his girlfriend gives him the ultimatum. And
Yes.
he's all like, I feel like Michael Jackson's dad. You're abusing. I feel like Michael Jackson and you're his dad. You're abusing me right now. I loved that. I was like, oh, I'm going to use that. Okay. So he goes over to Jackie Q's house and everything. Yeah.
I give absolute props to what's her Rose Byrne.
I love Rose Byrne.
Oh, I love her so much. But the fact that she literally made a video and sang Rosie Posey, and it is out there on the internet for the rest of her life. And I mean, she is into it. She loves it. And then I just am like, her character is hysterical. She's pissed on Entertainment Weekly that Albus has been sober for 7 years and it's made her life so boring because he hasn't taken the woman over the chair and brought her home for a three-way, or whatever. And, now he comes to visit his son Naples.
Yeah, which horrible. But...
Yeah. I'm like, just everything about her cracks me up. I'm like, oh, please tell me out there somewhere she exists. Because
that's so funny. Well, I did write down
a song called Rosie Posey with little girls actually singing Ring Around on the on the Rosie, and she's inside with some, Marie Antoinette looking girls talking about her butthole.
I love how I'm talking about my asshole. And I'm all like, yeah, we got it, honey. We got it. There was no double entendre there. We got it. We knew what you were talking about. I did write down that she's like, Lars cried for 3 hours yesterday. It was beautiful. I'm like, he sounds like a pussy. He cried for 3 hours. I've got things to do. I don't have time to sit around and cry.
But I guess when you're rich and you don't have
you can get people
to do this stuff, so you can sit around and have a 3-hour cry. I don't know. But...
Yeah, and I love how she's like, Naples is not your son. I'm like, what? Why are you telling him this right now? And I'm like, why did you name your son Naples? And then he's all like, and then when he's talking to Naples, he's like, later, Dad, and he's like, Aldous. You call me Aldous. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't talk to that kid again. He'd be like, you're not mine. Go find your photographer, Dad, and let him love you. I can't do it anymore.
I'm just like, come on. Why do people do that? Just like,
I like how she's like, I just kept seeing him. He kept looking more Italian. I was like, does he though? Does he look? He didn't look Italian to me, but well, what do I know about these sort of things? He looked very British with his crooked teeth. So, whatever. Anyways, So I love when after they split up and everything. Oh, what did you think of the threesome scene with the girlfriend?
That was the most awkward thing
It was
ever.
so
But I
weird.
feel that's how a real threesome would be.
You
Like,
think so?
I got a feeling. I mean, I always envisioned that if it was happening to me and I wasn't being participated with, I'd be like Ross from Friends and go make a sandwich.
That's
You
funny.
know,
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen that show.
my attention span, I just don't know if my attention span would be long enough for that. I don't know, but it cracks me up.
Yeah, I thought it was very awkward. Like I was like,
It
this
was
is so weird.
so,
Plus, what's her face? The girl that played the woman that played his girlfriend.
she's that Handmaid's girl,
Yeah,
Moss.
Elizabeth
Elizabeth
Moss.
Moss.
I don't
Yeah.
find her attractive. So
No,
when if they would have been like, we need to do a threesome, I'd be like, I'm not really into your girlfriend. She's
I
got
don't
a
think
huge.
Albus really has a type.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I don't think so either. Okay. So I love when he drops himself off the building into the pool, but he like breaks his arm or whatever, or like injures it. And I love how he's just bleeding out in the pool and he's just like totally just like whatever about it and everything. Um yeah, like his injury looked bad though. I was like, oh God, that looks really
real
bad.
And
Like,
he's just like,
I'm like,
fine.
now's the time to take those drugs.
Right
Like,
now, you have no drugs. You've taken them all.
yeah. Well, how did you feel about the concert at the end?
Well, what did you? Well, I do love the stroke the furry wall, like from Vegas, like when he was wigging out. I thought that part was funny, but to make a whole song out of it, and the fact that a piece of carpet on a stand came willing out for him to.
No, I mean the one where they're at the stadium. And
Oh,
then
you
to go
mean
home.
like the stadium concert, not the very,
Yeah,
very
not the
end
very
concert.
end concert.
Oh, I do not think that I would have went to see Aldous Snow ever if he was a real artist.
Are you calling him Albus, like Albus Dumbledore?
No.
Because I keep hearing Albus, and I'm like, it's Aldous with a D.
That's what I said.
I'm sorry. Just go. Okay, forget I said something. Go.
I just feel like I would not have been a fan.
I liked that end concert and everything. I love that clap song. I got the clap. And I was like, I think this is about venereal diseases. There's a lot of sexual songs in this.
Him and Jackie have one theme for their songs.
For sure, yeah. Now, what did you think about the ending to this movie? Because I have thoughts.
I think it was absurd. There is, first of all, Aaron's not starting his own label, and the fact that he's in Seattle working for his own label, I'm like, ugh.
Was his label in California though?
Yeah, they moved to Seattle because that's where the girlfriend's internship was.
I feel like it's not bad that because it's like that's like what, a 2-hour flight maybe
from LA?
Yeah, to Washington or Seattle, Washington. They're practically right next to each other.
Are you insane? There's Oregon in between them.
Yeah, but you think Oregon, it takes 1 million hours to fly?
I've been to Oregon and to
I'm telling you, it doesn't seem like from I'm looking it up right now. How many hours? What's the flight from LA?
I was gonna say when we drove from Eugene, Oregon to Seattle, it was some hours.
Hold on, I'm looking.
I would believe it more if you said it was a couple hours to San Francisco.
It's 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Okay, so it's 3 hours.
So 3 hours. That's what I said.
But I would have assumed it was 2 hours. Okay.
Listen, I'm not a genius, but you have to believe me. Google says so.
Oh, you gave it a goog.
Yeah, I gave it the googs. I thought the ending was very generic. Like it was all like happy-go-lucky ending. I'm all like,
I didn't like it.
I mean, it would have been. I thought I was like, what happened to the son and the photographer? Did you guys tell little Naples that his dad wasn't Russell Brand, or
Is it wrong? Or if I had too many drinks that every time they said Naples, I was like, oh, he's gonna get nipples when he goes to school. No, so bad.
It's true. He's gonna get made fun of. It sucks. Although he seemed like a cool kid, so maybe he won't get made fun of. Maybe everybody's just like, Naples is awesome. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, that one kid says something and everyone turns on him. Don't
Yeah,
fuck with
yeah.
Naples.
Yeah, don't mess with Naples, dude. He's cool. So do you have anything else that you want to say about this movie?
No, I recommend it. It's a fun movie. I like it. I mean,
Right
it's
on.
not something that you want to watch all the time, but every now and then it's funny.
Yeah, I would recommend it too. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. I liked it. It was
Yeah,
good.
me too.
All right, well, let's oh, sorry, you're leading. Lead
Yeah,
us. Lead us,
but
friend.
I'm also a big Russell Brand fan.
Oh my God, I
So
love Russell. I really do love him. He's great.
so all right. So now we're gonna move on to the next section or segment.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it.
So what is your question for this movie?
I just a generic question. What's your favorite Russell Brand movie? Go.
So I am gonna pick a movie that he actually references in this movie. At one point, he looks up at the TV and Sarah Marshall shows up and he goes, I think I fucked her. And then he stares from her and he goes, yes, yes, I did. So I picked Forgetting Sarah Marshall because that movie is hysterical and he's so funny in it. The
Yeah.
shirt
Does he
part
play
at the wrestling.
Aldous Snow in that
Yes.
movie? Oh,
Yes.
okay. That's so funny.
And
that
he's sober and he's got to sit at dinner with Rachel, who is Mila Kunis. Jason Segel's character, I can't remember.
Oh, doesn't matter.
Now. And yeah, and Sarah Marshall, and they go through like 8 bottles of wine, and he's sitting there with cranberry juice and this really shitty shirt that he was made to wear to dinner.
Right on. Yeah, no, I liked that movie too. I like this whole little Sarah Marshall Aldous Snow universe that they've created.
Yeah.
They should do another movie with him in it as Aldous Snow. That'd be fun.
Right? That should just be a character that he just every now and then pops into a movie with.
My favorite Russell Brand movie is Rock of Ages because I love that musical, but he does a good job in that movie and it's fun. We didn't do that movie for this month because I said no musicals. That was the
and I'm not a big fan of the movie because I love the musical so much.
Oh, gotcha. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Potato.
Potato.
All right, what's your question?
So my question is, what is your favorite Jonah Hill movie?
I just said Django Unchained. He has a small role in it, but I love that movie. And as soon as I saw it on IMDb, I was like, "Ooh, that's my pick" because I love it. It's so funny. It's so funny.
I went way back to like early in his career and picked Superbad because I just love that movie. That's just so hysterical. Everything about it just cracks me up.
Yeah. I love that movie too. It's really funny.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I don't have anything else I want to say.
All right. Well, then thank you guys so much for listening. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast place that lets you leave a review, please give us a 5-star review. We would appreciate it. Follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated. We will also be posting the video version to our YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe to us at YouTube BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Excuse me. And don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye.
Bye, guys.